Every summer, 6 million tourists land on an island just 40 kilometers long to dance until sunrise. What most of them don't know is that they're dancing on top of one of Europe's biggest drug markets. While DJs play sets worth 200,000 euros a night, quiet men in suits or flip-flops are managing cash flows bigger than some national budgets. Welcome to Ibiza, the White Isle, the paradise, and the hunting ground of a mafia nobody wants to talk about.
And first here tonight at 10, taking drugs off the streets and out of our schools. Several arrests made after Brookville police conduct an undercover drug sting.
They're accused of selling synthetic drugs and trying to skirt the law. Well, the owners of 2 Lincoln businesses face federal charges. Told you about a raid at one Lincoln store just yesterday.
Now, the agency that coordinates the European response to illegal drug trafficking says too many shipments of cocaine are getting through because of a shortage of boats to intercept them. The Maritime Analysis and Operations Centre, which is a collaboration between 8 EU member states and the UK, says as many as 100 suspect ships weren't stopped or searched last year.
In the 1960s, Ibiza was just a forgotten Spanish speck of land, a refuge for hippies fleeing bourgeois Europe. Peace, love, and total freedom. But that freedom came at a price. The island quickly became a lawless zone the Spanish state largely ignored. By the 1970s and 80s, the golden age of electronic nightlife exploded. Clubs sprang up everywhere, and with them came massive demand. Cocaine, LSD, ecstasy. Ibiza literally became Europe's open-air drug supermarket. One name sums up that era, a legendary local kingpin nicknamed El Sapo, a trafficker protected by connections that reportedly reached into law enforcement itself, a symbol of an island where impunity seemed total for nearly 3 decades. Today the players have changed, but the business never really slowed down. Ibiza is repeatedly described as a genuine hub for cocaine trafficking in Europe. Here's the disturbing part. Most of the traffickers aren't even Spanish. They're often networks from the UK, crews originally from London or Liverpool, who move in every summer around tourist zones like San Antonio, waging a quiet war for control of dealing spots. Add to that the larger continental organizations. Moroccan networks originally built around hashish smuggling, now shifted into cocaine with branches reaching into the Netherlands and Belgium. And you get an international criminal crossroads disguised as a holiday destination. Crime on the island runs well above the Spanish national average. And behind the party, another economy thrives: prostitution, money laundering through clubs, and local corruption. How do you launder millions on an island where everyone watches everyone? The answer is almost too simple: luxury. Trendy restaurants, beach clubs, yacht rentals, villas renting for 20,000 euros a week. These look like legitimate businesses, but they're perfect for absorbing cash that couldn't be explained any other way. Drug money goes in one door, comes out clean through another, and nobody asks questions as long as the party keeps going. Local authorities, meanwhile, are stuck between 2 realities. Ibiza's tourism economy partly runs, whether anyone admits it or not, on this shadow economy. Cracking down too hard risks scaring off the very tourists the island depends on. But impunity never lasts forever. Since the 2000s, Spanish authorities have stepped up raids, dismantled networks, cocaine shipments seized on pleasure boats, arrests of local figures who'd seemed untouchable for decades. Recent documentaries, including series exploring the island's secret history, have let former traffickers speak on camera for the first time, telling the inside story of an era when it seemed like anything was allowed. The message is clear: The era of total impunity is ending, but the trafficking itself hasn't disappeared. It's just adapted, quieter, more international, harder to trace. And all the while, the music never stops. Every summer, hundreds of thousands of young people from around the world keep flooding in, not knowing or not wanting to know what's behind the strobe lights. Maybe that's the real mystery of Ibiza, an island where organized crime and the dream of absolute freedom have basically become the same thing, where the mafia doesn't hide in the shadows, it dances in plain sight, in the middle of the crowd, invisible because it's too obvious. So next time you see a photo of Ibiza, turquoise water, DJ booth, perfect sunset, remember, this island has two faces, the one shown on social media and the one nobody ever films. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for the rest of this series on the world's most fascinating mafias, and tell me in the comments, which paradise destination should we dig into next?